Welcome Cancers. Welcome to Keykey's Doorway. Let's see what your soulmate would like you to know for October 24th to October 26th, 2018. God, Gaia, God, Goddess, Mother, Father. What does Cancer's soulmate want them to know for 24th to the 26th of October 2018? What does Mr. and Miss Cancer's soulmate want them to know on October 24th to October 26th? What actions will Mr. and Miss Cancer's soulmate will take for the 24th to the 26th of October 2018? Okay, let's see. Masculine Cancer. Your soulmate is undressing. What is an unrequited love? Your soulmate is taking his time out to see how unrequited love have made a gap between you and them. They're starting to look at what can be reacquainted again. What can be reacquainted that does not feel unrequited in love? Reacquaintance of oneself in love. How to reacquaint themselves with love is what your soulmate, masculine Cancer, is facing right now. If you, masculine Cancer, have gone through past relationships or have faced unrequited love before, now you're taking the time out to see what is required for you to feel loved. What is required for you to truly feel and know you are loved. You're starting to ask yourself those questions and starting to demonstrate them openly without having to say anything, but just physically, emotionally, financially, spiritually doing it. Feminine Cancers. Your soulmate is unlocking or is becoming their own authority figure, whether they are becoming their own boss in their own business, whether they're becoming promoted in their job, whether it be promoting themselves and how far they have come in their growth as an individual. They're now stepping into that role of the authority figure within them and around them. And that takes anchor of knowing who they are to move in that direction. Masculine Cancers. Your soulmate is becoming the Eight of Earth. They're becoming the Eight of Pentacles. They're looking at their finances and seeing how they can become more mature and stable so they do not become that unrequited love to you. They're seeing how they can make their world. They're being very clear on how they're going to create their world in a stable manner. Even if that means going back to school, taking a course, taking a session, a workshop, a certification, or even just physically doing homework on themselves to make their stability in their lives more healthy. They're going to be skilled in their work. They're going to be learning more about themselves and learning about their craft. And they're going to see how going back to basics with themselves is not boring, but bountiful and beautiful. Even you, Mr. Cancer, you're doing the work, the necessary earthly physical grounding, sweat and tears work to make your world more stable so you will not ever have to experience that unrequited love again. Female, feminine Cancers, your soulmate is going through fear of change. Does not mean that they will not change, but they're facing their fear of change. Yet they're seeing how their fears, they can turn into a positive outcome. But before they can turn their fears into a positive outcome, they're first facing their 5 faces of fears. Their 5 faces could be emotional, financial, one emotional, whether it be facing their fear of their anger, facing their fear of expressing emotions, facing their fear of expressing what makes them emotional, facing their fear of how they look at finances and seeing how they can become more grounded in their finances instead, looking at their physical bodies, seeing how their fear of physical changes also can connect to their emotional reactions and their financial gains or losses. They're seeing how they can align their body physically to bring in the finances that they're looking for and the emotional cup that they're searching within. They're looking at their spiritual side as well, how they can make their spiritual knowledge or their spirit, what is making them spiritually fearful. What is spiritual about themselves that they fear? They're facing that and seeing how they can make those fundamental steps on healing that aspect. And they're using their root chakra and learning about their childhood traumas or their childhood disappointments and how to make those disappointments become a direction and how to become their best selves. Their fears will become a success, and their wisdom they will start to accept from others. Their uncertainty of self-employment will become now a new understanding of how to become more self-employed. Even if you're facing that, Miss Cancer, you're seeing how you can turn those fears into a fundamental steps toward success. Masculine Cancers, your soulmate is turning that wheel of fortune into their favor. Rather than making the outside forces turn the wheel for them, they're now turning the wheel for themselves. And with that step alone, with that action alone, a time of positive change will come to them. A situation that felt stagnant will become moving in friction, moving in a flowing, fluid manner. Fortune will be on your side and theirs. Female Cancers, your soulmate is thinking about how to build their foundation in a healthy way, but they're using their now emotions. If they haven't used their emotions before, Miss Cancers, now they're going to use it in the now to become more grounded in their lives. Missing opportunities they're seeing, but they're going to see that missing opportunity as a room, as a map to set those seeds of intentions to become who they want to be independently first. Their discontentment or boredom will now become replaced with contentment of a new adventure, and that new adventure will open their eyes to a possibility. Masculine and feminine Cancers, Your soulmates are starting to see that they want to be more grounded and they want to show who they are emotionally to you, and not repeat the same cycle of unrequited love or side pieces or playing the field. Now they want to plow in making a foundation that is solid for not just you but for both of you. Till we meet again, I love you. I love you, Cancers. We will see you on the other side.